Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about why you should buy a 4th gen Camaro. Let's get into it. So whether you're somebody just getting into cars or somebody that has had many cars, whether you're a teenager, whether you're about to croak, either way, I think that a 4th gen Camaro is a super fun car for anybody to get, anybody to drive. And I'm going to give you guys a couple of reasons why. And we're going to go ahead and start with reason number 1, which is this is a perfect starter car for car enthusiasts. And let me tell you why. So this car is a 5.7 liter V8, and whether or not you get the LT1 or the LS1 car, both of them have plenty of power to have fun with as somebody who's just getting into cars. So this car is able to run 13-second quarter miles pretty much factory. I mean, you might be right on the brink of like a 14, low 14, high 13, which is plenty to have fun with. 0 to 60 in estimated 5.7 seconds, that's still plenty to have fun with. So these cars are very much a great car for somebody to learn in. And that is going to take me to step 2, or reason number 2, into why you should buy one of these cars. So reason number 2 that you should buy a 4th gen Camaro is that you can build them for just about anything that you want. So you can build these cars to be drift cars. You can build these cars to be autocross cars. You can build them to be drag cars. I've even seen people build them to do like off-roading things and lifting them and stuff. It's weird, but it works. These cars can be used for absolutely anything, and that makes it perfect for anybody who is trying to get into any sort of car-specific field. This car can find a way to fit in to any of them. And now I'm going to go ahead and get into reason number 3. Okay, so reason number 3 is that you can find parts for these cars relatively cheap. And I will say certain things like exhaust systems, headers, stuff like that can be super expensive on other cars. This car, I have the headers that are stainless steel. Granted, they're not the greatest of stainless steel, but they have held up super well. They were only like $230. Whereas you have a newer performance car, you're probably spending upwards of $500 for cheap headers for a car. And these are pretty well made, fit decent, and I can't complain. You can find exhaust systems for these cars for $500. Go to another car, it's probably over $1,000. It's super easy and super cheap to find and use parts on these cars, and that's another huge reason as to why you should buy a 4th gen Camaro. So let me take you into another reason. So another reason, and one that I was kind of along the lines on in my last one, is that a lot of the parts are interchangeable. So a lot of maybe suspension kind of things are interchangeable from like the 3rd gen Camaros in the 80s all the way to 2002 with these. So a lot of that stuff is interchangeable, as well as for something like what I did on my car, I can change my brakes to the 98 to 02 Camaro dual piston calipers, and all I had to do was buy brakes for that car and change a spindle. And that was it. Hook everything up and there you go. You have better brakes. And also, they'll even interchange with some things once you get to that point where you can throw some Corvette stuff on the cars. Sometimes Corvette things will work on this car. I mean, you figure they seem to share the same motor, they seem to share same transmissions, a lot of stuff like that on these years, and it really helps because it makes it so much easier to find and upgrade your car. Even if it's a stock part for another car, it may be better than what you have, like in my case. And that's perfect and awesome for anybody who's just trying to learn how to modify their car or how to get better parts. And pretty easy to learn on. And that leads me to the last reason, and my favorite reason why you should buy a 4th gen Camaro, is that they're a driver's car. So this car in specific doesn't have the traction control. It has ABS, but I believe I took ABS off. And so really everything that you do with the car is on you. Like, there's not a lot of, crazy electronics that can either fluster you and you not know how to use them, or maybe they actually don't really allow the car to do its full capabilities. There's a lot of things as to why a lot of people don't like having all those electronics and stuff, and this car is perfect for that if you're not into that, because it has pretty much nothing. Whatever you do with the car is pretty much going to come back on you and your tuning and all of your adjustments that you make. And that's what I like about this car, because I like to have it pretty much plain and simple, and it's the best thing to learn in if you're trying to learn how to be a better driver, maybe trying to get out of your realm and try different things. Usually this car will respond well, especially closer to stock form. They're not too much to handle. I was 16 whenever I had my first one, and that car was super easy to handle. I was able to take it to the track and everything, and I could not have asked for a better car to learn in. That car was perfect. And this car, same thing, very easy, a little more power than the last one. This is probably going to be a 12-second car, and it's still super easy to drive. I could throw anybody in this car and trust them to be able to make an A to B run in this car, especially drag racing. Now, auto crawl's a little different, but drag racing wise, this car is so simple to drive. It's unbelievable. And that is another reason why you guys need to have a 4th gen Camaro. And really, just to help cap it off, the prices for these cars are really low right now. Like, you can find a decent one of these cars for probably under $5,000. And it might even be modified to have more power. It might have a couple body modifications that you like. And for the money, this is a really fun car, no doubt. And it will beat a lot of the competition cars you're gonna buy for around that price range. This is really overlooked, and it's probably one of the fastest, coolest, best cars you could ever ask for a price range like that. And for instance, whenever I first got this car, only about a year ago, I bought this car for $2,600. That is it, $2,600. Mileage was kind of high, but it doesn't matter because I've changed practically everything in it besides a motor, which I have over there. So I have a motor too that I can also throw in it that was maybe not even 20,000 miles on it. So I mean, everything in this car is new, and you really just can't complain about the performance aspect that you get out of a car with this age and the cheap price. You can't ask for any better. And that's why I love these cars, and I will always stand by them. And I think you guys, if you're looking to get into the car community and you want a cheap route in, but also to still have a really fun and respectable car, these cars are your answer. Alrighty, so thank you guys again for watching. I really appreciate it. If you can, go ahead, hit the like and subscribe. I gotta get to 200. I believe the last time I looked, I'm at 198. So I only need 2 of you. That's it, 2 people, and we'll be at 200 subs. So super thankful. I can't wait to continue to grow, and I really appreciate all of you guys' support. And I will see you all in the next video. Everybody have a great night. Thank you.